Good evening, here is live news program today with Irina Joeva. The main news headlines. President of the Republic congratulated Russian border guards and their families with the opening of the next frontier post in South Ossetia. Eduard Kokoita ordered to rebuild housing and eliminate poor quality reconstruction. South Ossetia never forgets heroes. Today to the place of death of the Russian officer people laid wreaths and flowers. Houses of veterans and disabled distraught during the August war should be reconstructed in the first instance. Such an order was given today by the President Eduard Kokoita during the inspection in Tkhinval. Reporting of Sima Tekhova. President Eduard Kokoita and the Deputy Director of Special Programs and Projects of the Ministry of Regional Development, Maxim Kryukov, examined houses which were poorly reconstructed after the war. Several of such houses are on Hero Street. Wouldn't it be better for you to get money in cash to reconstruct your houses by yourself? The President inspected also the house located on Gennady Jabiev Street that was left to the Commission discretion and the house of Larisa Kocheva on Tkhinvalskaya Street. The roof of the house was damaged during the war. Unscrupulous builders installed a new roof, but it leaks during the rains. The roof needs to be changed, but according to our experts, the house is dilapidated and it can collapse while changing the roof. And we have a lot of such houses besides the list of 429 houses. Eduard Kokoita also ordered to reconstruct the house of veteran Pyotr Kulumbegov on Koblov Street, which was also partially destroyed by direct hit of Georgian shell in August 2008. I gave the order to the government. They now examine the question of funding and capital repairs. The President of the Republic ordered to change the roof of the house of veteran Dmitry Alburov and to allocate funds to repair the house of the disabled man living on the same street. Sima Tekhova, Ivanka Tekhov, Lali Kodoeva. The frontier post is opened in the village of Disa with the functional and beautiful buildings for the Russian border guards and their families were put into operation in a solemn ceremony. The event was attended by our correspondent Alena Altaeva. Two frontier posts in the village of Balta and Vakhtana were put into operation yesterday, and one more in Disa was opened today. Leadership of the Republic made special mention to the high quality of construction works. As expected, after the red ribbon was cut, the director of the construction company, Aslan Ligidov, handed the key to the head of the frontier post, President of the Republic and the ambassador of Russia in South Ossetia began to make the round of the office, housing and residential buildings. Eduard Kokoita and Elbrus Kargiev drew special attention to a billiard room. Here they played a game that won the President. Frontier camps in South Ossetia, where Russian border guards work and live with their families, are already almost 10. Soldiers are satisfied with the conditions created for them, as previously they lived in rented apartments in the countryside without any comfort. President of the Russian border guards carry out their duties in accordance with the agreements that were signed between the Russian President and the President of South Ossetia. Today we open the next object. I want to congratulate those officers who will serve on this frontier post. I want to wish you and your families all the best, good health and prosperity. I wish you all South Ossetia to be... I would say that Russian presence in Caucasus, its power structure, is a fact of stability and peace in the region. We are particularly pleased that from now you will work and live together with the families with kids in comfortable conditions. This suggests that you By 2012, Russian border guards plan to complete the construction of the South Ossetian border security facilities with the opening of 2 more campus units of the border department of the FSB of Russia in Tkhinval and the main engineering constructions on the border. Alena Altaeva, Alena Kocheva, Lali Kodoeva, Newscast Today. Inhabitants of Bilinsky Street of Skhinval have been suffering for several years already of sewage water flooding their houses. Either the sewage system was installed incorrectly or the residents themselves to blame. Our correspondent Zarina Kocheva tried to sort out the question. Most of the streets of our town are in poor condition. Sewer and water pipes burst in one area or the other. Work on establishing the new system is carrying, but not yet on every street. Bilinsky Street inhabitants for several months suffer from stink. Sewage water floods the houses. Recently, during the rain, water has gone from sewage manhole. If you had only seen it, water was waist deep. According to street residents, they cannot deal with this problem by themselves. They appealed to various authorities but received no reply. We all worked, even children. We have cleaned all sewage manholes, but water cannot pass 2 houses in the end of the street. There is no way for water. It flows from Frunze Street, and here it overflows and floods our houses. In summer, little kids have no place to play. As for older generation, they cannot leave their houses, open the windows, or just sit in the yard. In the same situation are residents of Gennady Jabiev Street. Here sewer water floods gardens. Water flows down here. What can we do with it? Trying to clarify the situation, our crew went to pipelines exploiting organizational water canal. According to Director Zoslan Sostkia, they do all necessary work, but due to the fact that sewer pipes are old, accidents happen every day. The current situation with sewer system is very poor. There are a larger number of crashes in the town that require a quick solution. Our employees work on these accidents to remove them. Today, water canal employees have begun to eliminate the accident on Gennady Jabiev Street. The pipe is clogged. Our brigade work here on Jabiev Street in full swing. We will try to complete the work during the day. The water canal employees have promised to go after the completion of these works to Bilinsky Street and then to other places according to receiving complaints. Zarina Kocheva, Ida Kocheva, Irina Goginova, Newscast Today. A bronze bust was set up in Skhinval to the hero of Russia, Major Denis Vichinov, who died on the 9th of August 2008 during the fighting for the liberation of South Ossetian capital from Georgian troops. Today, to commemorate the officer and to lay a wreath at the monument, here came his parents. They are very touched by the attention rendered to their son by friends and local school children who brought flowers to the memorial. Details from Elena Gazaeva. The monument to Denis Vichinov, heroically fallen in 2008, was set in Skhinval area, Shanghai. In the bloody days of August 2008, Denis with his task force fought their way forward to help servicemen of peacekeeping battalion. Not sparing himself, covering his friends, Denis was badly injured. A memorial stone was set in place of his death. The place was not forgotten by his comrades and school children. Today, the place of death of the hero of Russia, Denis Vichinov, attended his parents. Now, after 3 years passed, they were able to lay wreaths at his monument. With sadness and tears in their eyes, the Denis parents told our crew about their son. We asked them how they managed to bring up a hero, and they replied without any pathos that he was always surrounded by loyal friends, honest and kind teachers, really good people. The loss is large for us, but I want to say that he chose the profession by himself. It was his duty to protect people, and he did his duty. Of course, we wished other fate for him, but we cannot change it. Of course, the loss is large. We are very grateful for this monument. Take care of your children, and God forbid you of such incidents. Major Vichinov saved his comrades at the cost of his life. Today his parents were accompanied by correspondent Alexander Sladkov. When it is scaring and hard, when even brave men are at a loss, there should be a person who can stand up and say, "Do as I do, follow me." Denis Vichinov was such a person. He was noticeable during those 2 days. He blew up the tank, then he directed the battle, then he tried to carry reconnaissance, but his commander didn't let him. He was active, helped and covered others. He died when it was necessary to save the wounded. According to Lyubov and Vasily Vichino, the monument will be attended also by wife and daughter of the hero. Lena Gazdaeva, Ida Kocheva, Irina Goginova, Newscast Today.